Hi, I'm Brenda.
And I'm Mac.
Welcome to Girl Logic,
Where if it makes sense to us,
it just makes sense.
featuring
Mia and Mar.
these are the studio pups. Shout out.
They're usually laying at our feet, but today they really wanted to be up on camera.
Yeah. So
Here they are.
they're getting a little more comfortable with recording.
Look.
They also give us something to do with our hands, which is not playing with my clothing or hair or nails or etc.
Anything crazy.
So, yeah, what is this? Episode 4.
Episode 4, yeah.
I'm really getting the hang of this stuff.
Yeah.
Proud of it.
I'm excited.
Something that was kind of a major theme in the last one was just creating. So I kind of wanted to take this one a different direction and talk a little bit about what we use to create. And this sparked to my mind because I recently applied for a job.
Yeah, tell us more.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, please. So obviously I'm a teacher. I'm on summer break. We know this. I beat that dead horse every episode. But something had popped up on my Instagram this week, and it was someone looking for assistance with their photography business, kind of handling social media and answering client emails. And I mean, I'm really good at like talking to people. That's kind of a lie. It depends on the person, I guess. But I'm good at writing to people. So I was like, this is kind of a neat skill because I've been having so much fun creating for the podcast and maintaining the social media. And like, I'm not a big poster, like my own personal one, like maybe once a month is a stretch. But being able to kind of make the graphics and make the logo and do that stuff has been really fun for me. So I kind of like half applied. That doesn't really make any sense, but I like fully filled the application out. But it was like a Google form. It wasn't like put your resume in, thank God. Because I think if it was very formal, I would be like, it's not for me. Because I didn't go to school for this stuff. And obviously they want someone who's like good at it. But I just kind of put in all my socials and I put in what I'm doing. And I was like, hey, if this works out, like yeah, great. It's worth pursuing, and I will give it my all. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. But as I was doing it on the car ride to the campsite. So a little while back now. But there was one question. It was like, why do you think you'd be good at this job or whatever? And I was like, well, I feel like
that's the worst question to
answering that. So what I did was I used AI to help me write it, which I am very guilty of using a lot anymore with the job application process. But
you are guilty of it, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
And just because like I know the points I want to hit, but like it would come out as rant.
Right.
And I don't want to. This sounds terrible. I promise we'll get there. Hold on. Let me just even back up a little bit. I know what I want to say, but the process of me being able to say it is to write it all out, word vomit.
Yes.
Clean it up, shorten it, whatever. I was in the car. I wanted to really get this done. So I was
on
like,
the way to the campsite, like a weekend
and I was getting
trip.
so car sick because I was like reading and writing in the car, which is not my favorite thing to do. So I like typed in the key points and I was like, answer this question with these key things. Obviously, then I read through it and shortened it, but it eliminates like a step for me, which was really good. So then I used that, finished the application. I was like, nice. Obviously, this will come out a lot later than when I'll hear back. But yeah, we'll see what happens with it. I'm excited. I know I was very transparent about like where I'm at in life and the time I have, but yeah, we're going to see. But using AI then kind of sparked like this. I kind of wanted to have a conversation about tech, kind of maybe flowing into social media and AI and just how we use it. Because I think it could be a tool for good.
Yes.
It could also be the end of life as we know it.
Exactly.
So yeah, and also I kind of like this topic because now I've learned that our listeners we're primarily female. That's the target, but we're also
there's some
expanding
guys. Yeah.
So it's funny because I'm paying attention to my fiance and like what he cares about, and he sat and for like 3 days straight he listened to a podcast on AI. It was like 4 guys.
Really?
I wish I knew the name because I would shout it out because I did hear clips and I will be borrowing something from that as we go on. But
you drop it in the
multiple days. Yeah, we'll put it in the notes.
Show.
But multiple days, and he's like into tech and stuff, so it's not gonna be a tangent and more of an entertainment like ours is. But They were all just talking about AI and what they see for the future, and I was like, this would kind of be a neat topic to talk about, and then
Yes.
hear other people's opinions on and how they use it and how they feel about it. So
Okay.
yeah, so I wanted to kind of break down how we use AI, and there's like different categories for that. So I wanted to start with the podcast because
Mm-hmm.
we actually are using the help of
We
AI to
did.
kind of work through the pod.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. So we knew we wanted to do the podcast. We used Pinterest to, try to get some inspo on design and like what the room looks like.
Mhm.
But when it came down to the actual name of the podcast,
That was like thing we struggled with the
Yeah.
most in setting up the whole podcast. Like, we know what we want to talk about. We already
Yes.
have like 6 episodes planned. We know what the room looks like. We like had everything except the name.
Yes, the name. And we used multiple AIs. Like we used ChatGPT, we
Mhm.
used Gemini.
Yeah.
I don't know if we used anything else, but
I don't know. I'm a big Gemini fan, so if I ever say I
Mhm.
use AI, I'm
it's
just on Gemini.
Gemini.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, so it came up with so many, and
Some of them were funny.
I almost wish we still had the list. Were we using mine? Might be able to go back because I know it has like the history.
I don't know. It might have been mine because we were on my computer, but
It's all right. But there were just so many, and we kind of like how we fed it was like a fun, girly health and wellness, but not too
but also
serious.
life stuff.
Yeah. And then like the names it was giving were just so literal.
It was
like
so funny.
like girly.
Girly health and wellness
Yeah,
pod. Yes. So I like there was one I remember, it was like 2 girls, 1 mic. And we
Yeah.
were like, no. No.
Yeah, it's funny because it's good, but only to take you so far. But it
Yes.
did it come up with girl logic? I think it did. And I think we had to sit on mute
I
a bit.
think, yeah. Either it gave us girl logic or it gave us something close enough that it helped us be like
Yeah.
girl logic. But
Oh, because I remember we really wanted to do like girl science because we were
Yes,
talking about
yes,
how
yes.
girl math is like a trend, and I was
that's what it
like,
was.
wouldn't it be cool if we had our podcast was, and we're not being very science based, but we are a little, like a science based girl talk,
Mhm.
but that was already taken, I think, was the problem. So
Yeah.
then we had to turn to AI. But
True.
we came out with girl logic, and I think it's pretty good.
It's perfect. even.
It's great, especially saying it into the microphone. I tend to cringe the most when I say it out loud to someone I know and they ask what the name of
That's
the
how I am
podcast is.
too.
It's like when you
It's
first get
weird.
engaged and you say fiance.
Mhm.
Like I
Mhm.
was like saying that like small mouth out the corner of my mouth. Every time someone was like,
This is
my fiance.
fiance.
Like I don't know
Yeah.
why it's so weird or but it just was like such a strange thing to say. It's getting easier as we have some credibility.
Oh yeah. I think the more you say it, the more accustomed you are to it. But same thing, like fiance, husband. Like,
Yeah. Adult clothes.
I know.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's how the name came to be. And then, there's AI in small forms, like in the videos when we do a captioning or a subtitling.
Yes, like the quick tasks that we don't
Yeah.
want to put too much thought into, we can use AI to be
But
like,
even what
summary.
our blurb,
Our blurb,
on,
yeah.
like
Like the
Spotify and
show
Apple Music.
description.
Yep, show
Yeah.
description, AI. And then some AI is built into the software then for
Yeah.
editing and things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course, like audio stuff and videos and
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of AI already just in the podcast alone, which is crazy because I don't really have a date as to when AI came to be. It's definitely longer than we're aware of.
Yes.
But anymore, I think honestly, since COVID, it's been more prevalent. Like it's just a growing.
Yeah.
It's more accessible, I think, too. I think
Yes.
before it was on a higher level, and now it's like your average Joe Schmo can.
Yeah, you can just make an account and get on it.
Yeah.
It comes with your Google account now.
Yeah.
Just use it that way. But what I'm really interested in is hearing what you have seen it as a teacher, because you told me a little bit about it, and I didn't even know kids are using AI.
Yeah. I mean, okay. So this is me speaking as like just an individual, but like even born in 98, okay? I'm still very young, but my generation has come through such a wave of tech that is just insane. So like thinking back as a kid, I remember when my mom first got a cell phone. It was like when I was a child, okay? So that's weird. and then, you know, it was slide. I think hers was slide. I don't know. But then and then there was the Bluetooth. My dad had a little Bluetooth
Yeah,
and
the
a
little Bluetooth,
BlackBerry.
the
And
BlackBerry.
my first phone was a slide phone, and I didn't get that till 6th grade. And then iPhone till high school. I had an iPod Touch. Like, there was just like a progression of like, as tech came out, we were the generation to get each thing,
Each new thing,
in my
kind of.
opinion, at the perfect age for all of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, just as it progressed. And then I think about it in the terms of computers. Like, growing up, there was computer lab, and you had
Yes.
computer lab on a 6-day cycle. You had a once every 6-day cycle, and that's when you saw a computer. Middle school, then you had a computer class. The rotation was a little different. Obviously, every school's different, every district's different. Just talking from my own experience, but in those classes, you made Google Slides. You played with.
Did you ever have to do the keyboard cover and like learn to type?
Yes, that was
Yeah.
literally through high school, which I think is
Yeah.
crazy.
That's
But
yeah.
our class in high school, we were graded on, I had to sit feet flat on the floor, no overlapping legs, like knees bent, elbows
Like the whole
at your sides,
ergonomic
shoulders back.
thing.
Yes. Okay, so 1, you're graded on your posture. So the teacher walks the room in loops. You go on type to learn, and you are typing, and you have to stay on your home keys. You're getting graded on all of that. Then they come over and they put the blinder over top of your
Yes.
hands. So now you can't see at all. And you are being graded on, am I sitting straight enough? Are my feet flat enough? Like, that is just such a crazy concept,
Wow.
because now none of that
it's
is
not taught.
implemented. At least like
Implemented in what? Or like are there still classes that you know of that do that?
computer class.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I want to outright say no from what I've seen.
Mhm. Maybe not in the same capacity, maybe more.
But every kid has their own computer.
Yeah. Like maybe theirs is like they learn how to use the computer through their assignments, not a dedicated class.
Yeah, but what's funny is they don't know how to use it now. Like, I taught middle school for 3 years. I mean, they do. Okay, they know how to use it how they want to use it. They know how to play games and hide tabs and watch YouTube and put YouTube in the corner, and like, they can do all that. But when it comes to make an aesthetically pleasing Google slide to present this content, we don't know how to do that.
Do they
Like,
know how to
it is-
type with like the hands where they should be and all
No.
that? Yeah.
No. And the
makes
steps
sense.
are not broken down for them. Now, there are teachers that try, but because like tech has changed so much, like, it's unfortunately education has just moved away from that, from what I've seen.
Right,
Like,
right.
because I've worked with someone in my previous district who was trying to teach these skills, but even like having to change text, like how to change your font, how to bold, how to italicize, how to underline, that's not like a skill that's as present anymore.
That's so
Like, if I
interesting.
said change the color of the font, I would probably have to explain how to do that to at least 50% of the room.
You know what this reminds me of? In the same way that they don't know how to do that basic stuff, I feel like our generation, we don't know how to do some basic home things.
Yeah.
Like, I remember the first time I had to wash my clothes, I was Googling it on my phone, like, how do I start the washer?
The symbols
or
on
which
the
cycle?
tags.
Yeah, the symbols on the tags. Like, do I use
does
cold
this
or
mean?
hot? Google.
Yeah.
Same thing. I'm sure they had classes how to do that before, like home ec. Yeah.
Right, yeah. And you know, that's a great point, because I had like 2
Yeah.
home ec-esque classes growing up, but like that was in curriculum like, consistently, and now it's not.
Exactly. And now it's computers.
Yeah.
Time to, I guess, go away.
Right.
But be assumed that you'll have to learn how to do it anyway to survive in society.
Yeah. But with that comes the loss of handwriting. Now that kids have computers all the time, they are not expected to write nearly half as much. And so, worked in a lot of different districts at this point, but like what I've seen is like tablets and iPads for earlier grades, just because it's way too much for them to begin with. But they still have those. And then we move into a computer. So a lot of assignments anymore, especially since COVID, the big push happened with virtual learning, is like just typing assignments and doing them online now instead of handwriting. So now the handwriting skill is gone. The spelling skill is disappearing because the computer does that for you.
Yeah.
And there's just like a degrade in what I feel like are valuable skills.
Yes.
And I've gotten into debates with children that they are valuable skills or not. But, like, it's just so crazy, and like you said, like, every generation has a wave of this, but ours is so rooted in tech, like
which is weird to think about.
yeah.
And, you just reminded me too, like, is writing a skill you should have? Yes. But I'm sure they argue like, "Well, I'm always gonna be texting anyway, like, it doesn't matter if I smell it right or wrong, autocorrect will get it."
Yeah.
In the same way, we as a generation were like, "Why do I have to learn how to divide and add?"
We have a calculator.
Yeah, we were always like, people told us we weren't gonna have a calculator on, and
Yeah.
now we do.
I got into, like it wasn't an argument. I think debate's the best. It was going back and forth with the student ones just about how important it is to write, like,
Mhm,
and how
mhm.
important it is to read. I
Yes.
think that's where it started at, was reading. Because anymore there's audiobooks, there's videos, there's um Siri who will just talk to you. And this child had a comeback for me with everything. I was like, well, what if you need to know where to turn on the road? Like, you need to be able to read a road sign. And they were like, no, like Siri just tells me.
No, like
And I'm like,
GPS.
yeah. And I was like, well, what if you don't have service? Like I was just trying to like give them a scenario where this skill is still so valuable, you need to have it. And like, I feel like I knew I was right. Like, you have to know how to read. We can't give
Yeah.
up on reading. Like, that's not even the teacher in me. I'm not that big
That's
of a
just
reader.
a normal
That's just, like,
human thing.
the human in me.
Yes.
Like, you have to know how to do that. But then writing was even an argument. Like, the computer spells it right for me. I don't even know how to spell it. Or heck, I don't even have to type it. I can talk it into a microphone and the computer types it. Like, it is just amazing the tech that has come out since we've grown and how kids are using it. And it's just like, I don't know. I feel like a grandmother when I talk to them, and I'm just like, no, like,
You need to do this.
yeah, and
You
I
need to know it now.
right. And then, then there's the AI, which what we were talking about earlier. But now if I give an essay prompt, which is why I can't wait to go back to elementary. I'm so ready to just have a fresh start.
That's
And
true.
like,
You don't have to worry about all the
yeah. But I would give an essay prompt, and you get to know your students as people, and you know their strengths, you know their weaknesses, and you know how they communicate. Like,
Right.
even just by talking to you, I would be able to read something and be like, that's not you.
Yes.
I would talk to a kid who very colorful language, and then I would receive a 5-paragraph essay on the beautification of the national parks. And like, I was like, this is not even something at all like how you speak. I know this is not you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's tough because you get into this little like, can you prove it? No, not really. I mean, there's AI detectors, but what I do is I'll just pick a word out of their essay and be
Yes.
like, what
Does
is
this mean?
beautification? Or, I mean, that
Yes.
one, if they know root words, they'd be able to get. But sometimes you catch them even with those, and they're like, you got me. I'm like, all right, we read it. I don't want to give you 0. I really don't. Like, you have
Just
the time.
do it again.
Just do it again. Give it a
Mhm.
try. But yeah, like AI is just, and math. They're using it in math now. They have an app where they can take a picture of an algebra problem, and AI will show you all the work and the solution, tell you how it did it.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So it's like,
That's crazy.
it's scary.
But also, how is that going to go into higher education too, like college?
Things are going to have to be simplified, because
That's crazy.
how I see it, okay, this is just my opinion, we are getting less smart.
Oh, 100%.
Like,
yeah.
we are becoming so reliant on these things. We are losing a lot. And I'm sure people said it in the past, like, even just with computers being at the end. Like, we're going to lose. And we probably have. I just fear that it's happening at a significant rate anymore. Because AI is taking over. Like, half of the stuff on, not my For You page, but there was a time where I was getting away with it was just AI created videos. Like, even the entertainment.
I'm getting a ton of videos that are glass fruits or like glass food. And someone cutting it. And it's all AI because it's ASMR, which is actually a really smart thing to do.
Yeah.
Like the ASMR of like cutting glass and seeing it fall perfectly is pleasing. But I'm starting to see videos. For example, last night I saw one where a cat was just standing at the edge of a pond or like a lake or something. Have you seen it?
I'm just giggling because I'm thinking of the AI cat videos. There's so many.
Yeah. Do you remember that commercial with the cat singing?
No, I'm thinking of the Billie Eilish cover.
Yes.
It's
Yes,
just
yes, yes,
meows,
the
and it's
cat.
like
Yeah.
this really chunky cat is really sad because the girl turned him down, and then he gets strong, and he got a six pack, and the girl wants him, and he says no, and then it's like meowing in the background. That's what I'm thinking. But
That's
anyways, cat by
hilarious.
the water.
Yeah, cat by the water, and then an alligator slowly approaches the cat.
Mm-hmm.
And then the cat puts its paw on the alligator's head, and the alligator's just still. And then the cat just climbs on the alligator, and then the alligator just turns around and takes the cat like it's a boat for the cat. And I was like, this has to be. And then the comments are like, oh, this is AI, this is AI.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, AI could almost be dangerous because if you don't know what is AI and what's not, some people might look at that and be like, oh, so if I quietly approach an alligator and touch its head, it won't do anything to me.
Yeah.
That's an exaggeration, but
But they
things
are
like
using
that.
people's likelihoods and voices. Like,
Mhm.
I wish I could remember the exact line, but there was an AI video this past year, and it was Trump. It was audio of Trump.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not going to get political. It was just
No,
something
but yeah.
funny that he had said.
Yes.
And I believed it. For like 2 weeks, I went thinking that this is something that he had said. And I said it to a group of people the one time. I was like, oh, did you guys see that clip? I was like, it's so funny. And somebody was like, that was AI. And like instantly I was like, I'm so embarrassed.
Yes.
Like, I'm so misinformed.
Well, that's like you don't know anymore.
Right. And then you're choosing. People might believe, like me, that that's real, and then you make a decision
Based on what you
for
believe.
your country based on AI manipulating you. Like, that's crazy.
Mhm.
So yeah, so there's a lot of things that it can do. Work wise, other than podcast, I have used it to create like a lesson plan, like outline. Like if I
Mhm.
know I need to touch on a standard or content, I'll be like, hey, we're teaching this today. I'm trying to think of a fun 5 to 10 minute activity to kick
Right.
off the lesson. And then I'll at least like get some ideas from AI. I never really love what they have. They
I
also,
agree.
they're kind of vanilla
Mhm.
in that way. But it's just like sometimes when I can't get the ball rolling on my own, like
It'll
give
help
me some
at least.
ideas. I probably won't take
Yes.
any of them, but by you telling me these, I now know where I want to go. Like,
Exactly.
so I've used it in that way. And then, resume, like blurbs in a resume, like breaking down the job or a description. Like, I've used it for that too. But I personally don't use it too much in work. I try to encourage the kids not to, so I do the same.
Yeah.
But also, I haven't been that good at it until recently. Like, I don't know how to use it.
Oh, yeah. I feel like it is really powerful and cool in the sense, like, I've seen some prompts where it's like, here's what I'm trying to do. Here's the rubric that I want you to use to grade your ideas.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be like, please come up with 10 iterations of you giving me 3 ideas per iteration and grade them all. And then at the end, summarize the top ones with their ranking based on the rubric I gave you. And it gets like really complex. So it's really interesting that you can do that. But I think to your point, like, yes, we're losing a lot of those skills, like technical skills and like just general skills that you should have. But you're also now losing the ability to maybe even deal with like some friction, you know? Like, I find myself doing it too sometimes. I'm like, oh, I don't feel like coming up with an Instagram reel idea. Hey, ChatGPT, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like training myself to not even be able to
Think.
Exactly. And
Yes.
something else that you said is that when someone does an essay, for example, using AI, you know it's not them.
Right.
We're also losing our own voices in it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know if I touched on that at all too, but like that is so true with what I'm seeing in the newer generation is like the inability to problem solve
Mm-hmm.
because it's always been at their fingertips.
Yeah.
And like it's great to have tech. I'm a fan of it. I struggle not being a parent yet. I struggle with when I want to introduce it and how I want to introduce it and how I want to limit it because I don't want to be that parent that's like the weird parent. I don't like, like I don't be like, you
Yeah.
can't have tech till you're 20. But like
Right.
also I'm scared. Like I want you to have skills that I have. I want you to have more skills than I have. Like,
Exactly.
So yeah, it's really it can be a spooky thing, but it can be helpful too. Like we'll probably go back and forth the whole time. So how else do you use AI in other forms with like work for yourself, or like
Mhm.
how do you use it?
Yeah. So I find myself a very niche instance when I use AI at work
Mhm.
is if I'm feeling a little too emotional about an email that I need to
Oh, I've done that.
respond to, because I get so heated that I'm like, you know what? I'm going to respond to them and I'm going to say what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll use AI to like tone it down. I'll be like,
Mhm.
help me write this email. Here's what I want to say, but I need
Mhm.
to say it in a polite yet assertive way.
Yeah.
Whereas if you read my thing, it's just aggressive.
Right.
So that helps calm me down and be like, okay, this is good. This is professional. I'm not losing my cool in this email. I use it for that. Um,
It's funny because I use other people for that.
do you
Yes, because I also sometimes feel
get like
heated
that?
when writing an email, and I will go next door or to somebody that I think is very logical and detached from the situation and say, "Please read this and tell me if you can sense my
If it's too
emotion
much.
and give me some pointers."
Hmm.
So it's funny, but AI is a great use for that because they are numb to an
Yeah, I'm like, you
extent.
don't know anything. You just know that I want this to be less aggressive. You
Mhm.
don't know like any side of it, whatever. So I like it for that. I don't use
Right.
that too much. Um, but when it comes to my own business, like having a business, my health business, you always have a marketing component that you have to keep up with.
Mhm.
So I love the science. I love getting into lab work and helping people with that. But in order to be able to even do that, people need to know I exist. And
Mhm.
then cue the whole marketing thing of, okay,
Yeah.
I need to have my Instagram profile. I need to have content going up regularly. And like
Mhm.
people need to know I exist and I offer a service. That is, it's just so much, it takes up so much mental capacity
Mhm.
that sometimes what I do is I will use AI to try to get the ball rolling, to try to get ideas. But I will say I'm actually a week into being AI free now with
Oh,
my social
nice.
media content
Uh-huh.
because I was starting to feel like I was losing my voice in it.
Yeah.
I was like, this doesn't sound like me. I wouldn't say this.
So why am I
So why
putting
am
it out
I?
with my name and picture
Yeah.
attached? Yeah.
I was like, people are going to feel this sense of disconnect between what they see on my Instagram profile and what they experience when they talk to me.
Mhm.
So I was like, I need to stop doing that. And again, I'm just trying to regain the creativity in it and bring back the joy in creating content.
Yeah.
So that's what it is for me now is like, I am just making content that feels like fun, that feels whatever.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, I don't really use AI there anymore because I think if we wanted to, you would really have to train AI well to know your tone of voice,
Oh, yeah.
how you speak, etc. Which
It would
I don't.
you'd almost need to feed it
Yeah,
your voice,
original content of yours.
like giving it this podcast.
Yes, this is what I talk
This is
like.
what I sound like.
Mm-hmm.
Sound like me. Yeah, I think using it as an outline is the best way to use it.
I
Like,
agree.
and that's what I've said to the kids is like, you feel really stumped on this essay. Like, I understand sometimes you don't have any ideas. Like, am making you write an argumentative essay to argue something. Like, you might not feel argumentative today,
Right.
but you can use AI to give you ideas. You can use AI to even help you write an outline, right? First paragraph should be about this, write these thoughts in it. But don't let it do all the
The
work
whole
for
thing.
you.
Yeah.
Let it guide you, sure, but take that and run with it. And that's like you said with the marketing, like even just in starting the podcast, like I've never done marketing. I've never taken class on like I don't know. So I did turn to AI to just make me a
Hmm.
plan. I
Yeah.
was like, how frequently should I be posting to make sure I'm getting engagement? And to what extent? And it gave me like for Instagram, you should do XYZ. For
Mm-hmm.
TikTok, you should do
See, that's what I
XYZ.
see.
Yeah. And like just having that has been helpful because I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to keep up with so many
Yeah.
days a week
Follow
or
the
a day in
thing.
between or, alternate story posts, like whatever it is. Um, But yeah, using it as an outline, but also moving into personal use. It can do jobs that you don't know how to do.
Mm-hmm.
For example, and I have some calls tomorrow, so we'll see how well it actually worked, but finding a florist has been like the biggest stressor for me with this wedding. I actually maybe strongly dislike this one task. Like, I've had a lot of fun the rest of the planning process.
Minus that.
Finding a florist has been difficult. And really, my venue's pretty strict. They give you a couple that you have to use.
That you have to choose
So I
from.
went to their websites. I put in an inquiry on all the tabs, but the problem is I don't know what I need.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if that makes any sense. Obviously, you only need what you want.
Yes.
But like, I don't know what's normal.
You've never done this before, too.
Yeah, I
Like,
haven't
this
made
is
a seating
new.
chart. I don't know how many centerpieces. Like, so I feel like, how do you book this person? How do you communicate what you want from this person, especially a year out, when you don't even know what you need? So I went into AI and just said, like, you are my wedding planner. My wedding is this date. I need you to help me write the first contact florist discussing my needs and setting up a time to meet. Right. So I said, ask me questions about typical floral usage in weddings to help me decide what my needs are for the day of. And it gave me like a list. It was like boutonnieres, corsages for mothers, like things that I didn't even think about. I haven't been at enough weddings, and I honestly haven't paid enough attention at weddings to know what's normal. And also, like, I don't want to do everything because it's super expensive. But like, just having a list of here's everything that the world has done, cut out what you want, take what you want, was just a blessing. And it was like, how many centerpieces do you need? Do you want them tall? Do you want them short? Do you want them full? Do you want them sparse? Like, stuff I didn't even think about. Like, I know what colors I want. I couldn't tell you exact flowers, but like, having that guide was just so nice. So then I was like, okay, so I answered all the questions, and I probably have too many that I don't need. But tomorrow, when I have 2 calls with people and I talk about like what I need, like, at least I gave them something to start out.
Well, and you're also knowledgeable now too, and like having some sort of expectation of like what they might ask you or like what is available, what you need, what you don't need.
Right.
I think that's a great use for AI, is like exploring things you don't understand or like you don't have enough information or experience on.
Yeah. Well, and because it's web-based, so it has
Yeah.
information from the internet. I mean, it's not always reputable sources, but I think in that example, like weddings, like, yeah, you're going to get a variety, and that's totally fine.
Yeah. And it also saves you time because I'd imagine somebody on YouTube has a video or a vlog that's like picking out my wedding flowers, but you'd have to go through someone's whole video and you might not like their style, so now you have to go find another video. So AI is great in that it brings in like information from all over the place.
Yeah.
The other thing that I find actually useful, I forgot about, is calls, like the actual call itself. I like the AI note takers that exist now. I don't have you ever used one of those?
No.
I like it a lot because it's like this other person you invite to your call, and it's really just an AI note taker, but they'll show up as like another person. And it'll record the whole call, create a transcript, and it'll highlight who says what, and then it'll automatically create a summary and summarize the action tasks everybody has to do. I like that a lot too, because sometimes I get too focused on writing notes that I feel like I'm not as involved in the conversation as I'd like to be, because I'm like, oh wait, let me jot that down. Whereas with the AI note takers, I can be like, someone else is taking the notes, or I can just listen to this recording again. Let me actually be fully in this conversation and like let things flow instead of dividing my attention between saying things and writing things, etc. So I like that a lot too.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, but that helps you make sure that you're actively listening, which is huge, especially when you're working with clients.
Yes.
It's just like you want them to know that you hear them and are acknowledging them, and that you're providing valuable output to what they're saying.
Exactly.
And it's funny, not tech related at all, but like active listening. This is an exercise in active lists. This podcast. I admittedly am a terrible listener. And
I feel like it doesn't.
I
I don't
am
think so.
well, I think I'm growing with every episode, but, like, I know in the first one, like, there's times you were talking and I was like, "Oh, wait, look at her? Nod. Yeah. Say yeah." I always say yeah. Like, I'm, like, a little hyper
Mhm.
aware of it now, but it's just funny because like, I'm I'm trying to listen
Right.
for things to ask about because, like, I obviously care, but, like, I just get in, like, a I don't know, like, I get so used to things just being handled for me, and I'm not even in the AI generation, like, like so kids anymore, when you're talking to them, when you're teaching them, I know that same thing is happening.
Yeah.
If they're respectful enough to look at you while you're talking. If not, just they could just be gaming and it doesn't even matter. But like, yeah, that's another skill that's going by the wayside. Active listening.
I believe that. 'Cause I'm sure in their minds, they're like, "Oh, I can just Google this. I can just
Yeah,
look it
let's
up
do
on
that.
AI later, whatever."
Right.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can't Google. Okay.
Is that what they say?
Well, I don't know if they've ever said that verbatim, but yes, I've
To an
had those.
extent,
I've
that's
had
kind of their message.
those conversations where there's nothing that I need to know that I can't find.
Mhm. Ooh, that reminds me. Another way, so in the health space that I'm in for, like, my business is a lot of practitioners are starting to explore with AI as well,
Mm-hmm.
and I have heard that they'll actually upload client results into, like, a ChatGPT, for example,
Uh-huh.
to see what it says and, like, what it recommends and whatever, and I'm not saying that can't be the future or, like, that's what's coming, it could be. However, 2 things. One, it's so bad to do that right now because what I've seen is it'll spit out. I mean, don't get me wrong, some of what it spits out is useful, but it'll recommend supplements. It'll give you like a little supplement cheat sheet or whatever. And I've seen what happens is it'll recommend things that should not be taken together. And that's so dangerous because like a normal person wouldn't know that you shouldn't take that together.
Yeah.
So I find that is crazy. And then the other piece of it is, sure, you can do some AI to do whatever you want, but we're losing the human touch too. Like you're missing out on the human connection piece of it. And I think
Mm-hmm.
as humans, it's a natural part of our lives. Like we're meant to have community. We're meant to have connection. We're meant to
Mm-hmm.
talk to people, not just be like, "Hey, ChatGPT, today I feel sad. Pretend you're my friend and help me get through this."
Yeah.
Which I know people do, and I mean, I've tried it
I
out
was gonna
too.
say, I've heard I don't know if it was you or somebody else tell me that they've used it as a free therapist before.
Yes,
Like,
yes,
pretend you're my therapist. Not
yes.
pretend, like, you
And
are
you'll
my
be like,
therapist.
"Act as my therapist and help me get to the
Yeah.
bottom of this." Helpful, yes. Free, I mean, to an extent, I guess. But again, is that
No.
gonna get you to where you actually need to be? Like,
Right.
it might help point you in the right direction, but you need to seek out actual human connection to
Yeah.
get anywhere.
And that kinda ties in so that video I had referenced earlier with the guys talking about AI, they were talking about how we're gonna become iRobot. Have you ever seen iRobot?
Yeah.
And I think about, like, I think it's Tesla has the, like, humanoid robots, and, like,
Yes.
at some point I mean, think about it. When computers came out, it was only the rich. Then now they're at a price point where most people can afford and can have
Right.
at least a computer in the household,
Mhm.
if not their own personal devices at this point. Same with cell phones. I mean, they're
Yes.
expensive as all get out still. But like thinking about when tech first comes out, yeah, it's super expensive. But then, excuse me, hold on. But then, as it's mass produced and things like price points go down and it becomes like normal to have. So at some point, maybe we will all have humanoid robots in the household, which is like crazy to think about. And then they go into AI simplifies a lot of things. AI is going to
Right.
take over a lot of different jobs. I mean, there's things already that AI handles that couldn't be handled before. So you're losing your human connection, you're losing your human touch. Things are being handled by this. At some point, there AI is going to handle everything we don't want to do. And we're going to be able to, what they had said is like, we're going to be house cats. We're going to be living in this environment where food just arrives and water just arrives. And I just
time.
exist in the space and move freely as I please and do as I please within my environment where everything is handled for me. And it's like, we lose that spark that is like what makes us
Yeah.
stand out from other mammals and like things, like we have this higher level thinking. We
Exactly.
have opposable thumbs. Like we can do things that other things can't, and we're letting tech come into our lives so drastically that we will lose so much of what makes us special, what makes us different.
Yeah.
I think about 2 movies when I think about this. WALL-E,
I was just thinking about Wally. All of
like
them and their thing.
kid-friendly movie WALL-E. Like
Yeah.
robots handle it all. People are just in a chair, and the chair just moves for them, and like
It's
sure, I'll
like
take 'em to
giant
shake.
blobs.
Like
The little controls takes them.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, when I hear like AI taking over jobs, when I hear human robots, like I think, oh my God, I'm gonna look like the people in WALL-E. Now, honestly, it won't be us. It'll be our grandkids or great grandkids or whatever it is. But
Right.
still. And then another movie not as kid friendly, Idiocracy. Have you ever heard of
I
it?
don't think I've seen. No.
Okay, so now I'm gonna kind of be off with the plot because I don't watch it a lot. But I think he's in the army, some kind of form of military. He gets frozen in cryo sleep to go to the future.
Okay.
Or frozen in cryo sleep for a short term, but something happens where the world there's a war. I forget really. They forget about him. His cryo sleep pod. The world is advancing. It's moving. Whatever's happening, advancing is kind of a stretch. His cryo sleep pod is in a dump now. Like he finally gets to like present day.
Oh,
It
okay.
busts open. He's like in a land. So
They
where
go
was I?
through
He's at
the
the
pod
yeah.
thing.
So they're in.
Yeah.
He's in this, and it's just like to first figure out what's wrong with you, so they can sort you and deal with you, whatever. And the guy that's operating the machine is just, I hate to say dumb, but like it's a
Part of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
The movie, it's a comedy, and it's like a goofy comedy, but. He's like, okay, he has like 3 thermometers. He's like, this one's for your mouth, this one's for your butt, this one's for your ear. And he's like, okay. It's like, hate this, but stick. Whatever. He goes, oh, wait. Pulls one out. He's like, this one's for your mouth. Like, I messed it up. And it's just like, there's a lot of things within the movie, but tech has come so far that people don't have to do anything. They're just trashing the planet.
Mhm.
And it's very much like emphasized. I'm trying to think of the correct word, like exaggerated. That's what I'm thinking of what might happen. But like, it's also so true because I'm seeing glimpses of it now.
Really? In
Like
what
in
way?
just like people's minds, in my opinion, simplifying because tech is doing the work.
Oh, okay.
Like we're not thinking as far. And then also, I'm not really well versed on the whole effects on the environment that AI causes, but I have read that it's not the most what is it? Not efficient, like eco-friendly.
Yes.
Like it
Yes.
takes a
Like
lot of
running all the
energy.
things, all the servers and things.
So it's like, while it's a great thing, I think using it in moderation is the biggest key to maintain
Everything. Okay.
humanity.
Like, yeah, like humans, the environment.
Right.
You just reminded me, there was a stat that somebody told me that was like, when you have AI write things for you, you'll forget like 82% of it because you weren't mentally involved in the process.
Well, and I'm sure that percentage is even affected by just handwriting versus
Oh, yeah, typing.
Like
Mhm.
there's a stat on that already where writing in, especially in blue ink, is what I've heard is how you remember it best. And that's the thing too, I think, is anymore in schools, like when they're not handwriting, we're not, man, I cannot think of words today. I'm struggling so much.
Like retaining?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Retaining information at a higher degree. We are chewing it up and spitting it out. We are no longer absorbing anything. Like, you don't need to know everything that happened in the year 1900, but, awareness of what was typical in that decade is something.
Or even like picking up on
like
trends too of like, oh, we don't want history to repeat itself. Let's
Right.
remember what went wrong.
Right. If we forget it all, it's gonna happen again.
Yeah.
And when Wally is gonna come.
It's just, oh.
Yeah. I don't know, like it can be really sad. It can be a great thing, but it can be bad too. And I think it's important to talk about and bring awareness to, because I don't know if everybody is as cognizant because they
Right.
don't see its immediate effects.
Yes.
I think being in schools that have a little bit more
Well, you can
of an
see how
insight.
exactly and how it has repercussions for the future.
Right. On a greater scale, too. It's not
Mhm.
just my own kid. It's 20-some kids,
Yeah,
like, in a
exactly.
room at a time.
And you're friends with teachers too, I'm sure, saying
Yeah.
the same things or observing.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know if parents are going to listen to this that have young kids or anything, but just being
Nieces,
aware.
nephews.
Being aware. We want
Yeah,
a nice world for the future. And
I agree. I think AI, when you look at it from the like bright side, AI should help us speed things up, do things more efficiently, etc. And it can, but we can't lose sight of what happens when we just take a step back from the whole process.
right.
Because that's when we lose everything. Like, yes, it should be more efficient or like it should help us be more efficient, but that doesn't mean it gives you the excuse to now do nothing. It should empower you to take that step back and be like, oh, now I don't have to do that administrative or menial task. I should now operate at a higher level and try to see this from a bigger picture or, try to improve something from a bigger picture, not just, oh, well, now I don't have to do that. I'm going to go watch TV, So,
Yeah. Yeah. I think we have to make sure that we don't lose our authenticity
agreed.
with tech. Because, I mean, even kind of another mini tangent. Sorry, I know we're getting close to wrapping up. But like people that edit photos with AI or people that kind of change backgrounds of photos with AI, like, yeah, it's super helpful for like cutting the people walking on the beach out of your proposal shot. But like, say you're a travel influencer, a travel blogger, or a photographer, even like people could really advertise and not even be going places, which like I'm sure they don't do, but it could be a reality. And then it's just like we already question in reality TV and things what's actually real.
Right.
Like now we can question it pretty much in the world entirely.
If anything is, yeah.
And one last thing I thought of was when you were talking about medical uses for AI. I saw a TikTok the other day that they use AI for interviews now. Like you can get on a Zoom
I
call
have seen
and the
that.
other side is just an AI bot to interview you, which is crazy because interviews are where you really see that person and how they communicate. And to not take that seriously, whether you're a big company or not, to not take that seriously is just astonishing to me because even if they're not immediately talking to clients, they have coworkers. Like you need to make sure they have communication skills. But in this video I saw, the bot was broken and it was on loop and it was just like a picture of a woman who was like, and the guy who's in the interview was just like staring in the camera like, like, and
What do I do?
all the comments are funny. It was like, oh, I don't speak X language or blah, 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 blah. But like, that company probably didn't even know, right? And hopefully this man gets another shot, but I don't know. But like, what if that counts as your first interview? What if this is your dream job? You've trained your whole life. This company shoots an AI bot at you in a Zoom call and it gets stuck on loop. It doesn't ask a question. And your interview tape is like 20 minutes of just waiting
they're
for the
like,
bot to ask you
are
a
they
question.
stupid? They didn't answer the question.
I don't know. It's a beautiful thing. It's a scary thing. It's a funny thing.
It
is
has its
everything,
place, but
it is not human. And, it does make videos on Instagram, but I was thinking about like everything AI can replace and everything it can't. And I thought about us and how we're talking and it can create entertainment, but it will not be able to create the human experience.
yeah,
which is what we're offering. Like what we've lived, how we feel, our opinions. That's what's lost.
Yes.
In it.
Our personalities,
Right.
like the way we talk. If everybody uses AI to script everything, we're all going to sound the same.
Yeah.
And we're going to lose sight of like even the just like the creativity of the artistic perspectives of things. It's going to be like, yes, we walked down the hall. It was white. Then we went to class.
Yeah. If you're not creating, you're consuming. And you have to watch your level of consumption. You don't have to make a podcast. You don't have to make a video. Heck, you can make a list. You could organize your house. You could sort your closet by color, like anything. But being cognizant of what you're spending your time on. We talked a lot about creating in the last episode, but like it is so important and it is what makes us us and is what makes us stand out from everything. That like do not get lost in consumption.
Yes.
Of
Agreed.
everything.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Or don't remove yourself from the process completely.
Right.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Nothing like a
here's
little
to-
doom and gloom on a Wednesday. But yeah, I don't know. Closing thoughts. Let me pull up our
angel number.
going on for the tech side. It was funny because I accidentally looked up number 5 instead of 4. And I think 5 was more fitting for the topic, whereas, fine, but I had to be authentic too. What it actually was, I can't lie to you guys. I'm just looking at my notes quick to see if there's anything else. Nah, I think we're good. Yeah, so angel number 4, powerful sign from the universe indicating support, stability, and the manifestation of your desires. Signifies you're on the right path and your angels are guiding and protecting you. The number encourages you to build a solid foundation in all aspects of your life, both spiritually and practically.
Nice.
You can use AI to build that foundation. Don't let it build everything. That's my own closing thought on that.
Love it.
Yeah, so that's that on tech, a little less female-based conversation, a little more life-based, but I'm curious.
Still, I think practical, useful for everybody.
Yeah, I'm curious to hear other people's thoughts. I know this one can be a hot topic because depending on what you're working in, like my fiance's in tech, like, it, you could have a completely different take on it.
Yeah.
I, working with the future, a little scared, but it's all right. We're gonna change it.
Yeah, DM us or send us a message on Instagram what you think.
Yeah,
We'd
let
love
us
to know. But we'll catch you on the next one.
All right, see you around.